wastes away his money going out all the time. Trying to get his problems in terms of destruction. Falling to his knees with a bottle of poison. Said tonight, start a riot. Wanna do all the damage again. See the night, set a light. Try to make the world understand that he don't really care about you. When there's nihilistic pictures coming true. Yeah, he don't really care about you. When he's drunk and defeated and abused. Yeah, he don't really care about you. Another day of sickness burning out on the floor. He's not gonna work, he's not working no more. He's gearing up in life and everything's going. He can't see the vision that the wreckage is ruined. But tonight, he says right. Another couple of bottles to keep him calm. Yeah, tonight, he says right. Got a sweet lady liquor in his arms. And he don't really care about you. When there's nihilistic visions coming true. Yeah, he don't really care about you. When he's drunk and defeated and abused. Yeah, he don't really care about you. Defeated and abused, and he don't really care about you. 'Cause he don't really care about you. When it's nihilistic visions coming true. Yeah, he don't really care about you. When he's drunk and defeated and abused, and he don't really care about you.
Hello.
Hey, hello. Al, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey,
Well,
just trying to get
welcome.
this camera straight on a bit of a stand here. Okay, how's that? That looks all right. No worries.
Right on, man. Welcome to the Rooster Show. I'm Rooster Jones. Pleasure to meet you, Al.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Wonderful, man. So it's actually the 14th over there right now.
I think that's okay now. Yeah, I can see you now.
So it's the 14th right there. It's the 14th in Australia right now.
Sorry.
One day.
It is, yeah.
God.
Yeah, I always get the dates mixed up, so I don't know. It's when you're traveling from one side of the world to another, it's difficult. It's like when you're Europe or something like that, you got to make sure you remember there's a day difference. And I've gone over there before and not had a hotel for the first night because I got it wrong. So
oh
yeah,
man, that's funny. Convict class, I have them scheduled up too, so I gotta make sure I talk to them about that too because it's yeah. Anyways, so tell me about your band. How long you guys been around? Marching Orders.
We've been going since 2002. So 21 years, but we did have a bit of a break in the middle there where we didn't do much. I think we had sort of one or two rehearsals and things were pretty quiet for quite a few years. And then it was about 2020 that we just decided, okay, we won't bother doing a band anymore because a couple of other members didn't seem to be very keen. And then a couple of years ago, the Cockney Rejects came to Melbourne and we got offered the support slot. So I got in touch with the members and just sort of said, well, why don't we do this? This is a good show. We can't miss this. And a couple of guys jumped ship and then we got two new members in, Luke from the Clinch. And, we did that show and then we decided to do a tour. So, yeah.
Right on. Well,
things
glad you guys came back.
Now.
You guys kick ass, man. I have this really nice Oi mix that I played at work. I was like blaring at I was like singing and blaring and dancing. I mean, it had you guys and tons of everybody, man. It had everybody in it. It was awesome. So, okay, let's get to the questions. Okay, now some of you guys are considered a work skinhead band, right? Are you guys into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
world? Yeah. Okay. What does that mean to you? Because I know that. What does being a skinhead mean to you?
Well, I suppose it's something I got into like a long, long time ago, going
Yeah.
back to um, probably the late 80s is the first time, I was a young kid and going to high school. And I
Yeah.
remember seeing big groups of them at the train and stuff like that. And yeah, I was always super impressed by it and just sort of thought, gee, I want to be one of them, But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't sort of so easy. I suppose you had to I mean, I suppose these days, if you roll up with a shaved head and a button-down shirt or something like that, it's not too much of a dress shows. But yeah, a lot of the people then were kind of like, if you turned up to a gig with some boots and a shaved head or something, and people didn't know you, they'd probably beat you up and take your boots off you. It was a big thing here because it was so
Exactly.
expensive that, yeah,
That's
you're
what I was
always getting
kind of
robbed
getting
for your
at,
boots.
because those the boneheads kind of gave it a bad name for those that are actually
Yeah,
are part of the scene that actually do it for world unity and world love, and trying to
yeah,
be together, togetherness more so than just us. You know what I mean? Instead of just
yeah,
being,
yeah.
yeah, it's all races united, and
Well, that's right.
standing
Yeah.
together, So I got a band in Japan, believe it or not, skinhead band in Japan. I don't know how to
All
pronounce their
right,
name.
nice.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
what?
all over every country you go to, pretty much. I
Yeah,
suppose there's a skinhead scene and stuff. So
there is, and
it's
that's
and
good.
it's yeah, well, sort of straight away, it's like, all right, well, you're part of our family or whatever, and I make you make sort of friends and acquaintances. We just toured recently, so there's a lot of people from a lot of different countries we made friends with, and keep in contact with. So yeah, no, it's a great thing.
It is a great thing. Yeah, I like the
Um,
cause, so that's why I
yeah,
support it. And okay,
yeah,
and another question that kind of related with it, we're called the working class. Okay,
yeah.
what is how would you describe that? That for someone that doesn't really quite understand what the working class means or is.
I suppose it's just ordinary people. I mean, to come under that category, there's a large number of people in Australia that would fall into that category for sure. And it's, I suppose, like the sort of last job I had here out in the western suburbs here was just working on a construction site in the 45-degree heat in the dust, etc. Not the most pleasant job, but I suppose one thing we did have was a great unity and camaraderie in the people, and you had sort of Irish, Turkish, Burmese, Lebanese, English,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
everybody was sort of mixed in together, and that I suppose that's what I'd sort of look at it as this camaraderie between just workers,
I
because
love
we
that.
probably are the majority.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Love that. I did construction for 12 years, framing houses. So I can understand what you're saying. And having a different bunch of people that are different races and different, from different regions. So I understand
Yeah,
that.
that's it.
We're working together, a togetherness. Gotcha. So hey, how many
Yeah.
albums do you guys have? Back to your band. How many albums does Marching Orders
Um,
have?
well, actual full-length albums, well, there's only two, which is not a lot in 20 years, but there's, I think, about 12 EPs and singles out there. So in the early days, we just seemed to do 6 songs or 2 or 3 songs, and there's a bunch of splits with various bands too, with Evil Conduct, Alternate Action, a couple of others floating around.
Yeah.
In the last couple of we've been reissuing a lot of the old stuff, but the plan going forward is to do a third album. So just have to see if we're able to make that happen. We've got the songs written, but or half the songs written. I suppose the only trouble is because everybody's older, everyone's got we all live in different parts of Victoria now, and everyone
yeah.
has busy schedules with works, trying to get together. I mean, we managed to do a tour, so that was good. But yeah, the album I think will happen.
I hope so. I hope so. So, you got you collaborate with? Have you collaborated before with other bands? Like I heard you say something about Evil
Yeah,
Conduct.
there's yeah, one of the very first releases we did was a Marching Orders Alternate Action split 7-inch.
Okay.
And that's Greg from Bishop's Grease, others was in that band, and Mike Longshot. Yeah, now that's probably, defined now. That's sort of sold out years ago. And one of the very last releases we did with the previous lineup was Evil Conduct Orders split 7-inch as well. There's probably still a few copies of that floating around.
Oh, wonderful.
Those are probably the two main splits that we've done. There's plenty of compilations that we've been on. We used to do individual songs that were only for compilations and that wouldn't go on albums, etc. And recently we did that Brothers in Arms double album, which basically digs up all of the old 7-inches and tracks that were on compilations, and then 4 tracks I've forgotten we even recorded 15 years ago or something, and we put them all onto that record. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, there's some new stuff anyway.
How do you feel about doing covers?
I like doing them. I mean, we put the odd one on a record. I think we did a Rose Tattooed cover early on, which went on to the Days Gone By album, and then
great album.
We did a Professionals cover as well, which went on to a 7-inch, I think. Others pretty much all originals. But when it comes to playing live, I kind of think they're fun to do. Like, especially if you're playing a long set for an hour or more, you play all your original band stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then towards the end, you can throw in a Foreskins and Coxborough cover or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
We just did that actually at Dresden.
Oh, really?
At Pogo Rausch Festival in Dresden.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can see him actually better live than on albums, be honest with you. I can see that though. That'd be awesome. Live will be a lot better because it gets the people knowing that you really know what's going on, and they feel that energy too, because those are bands that we grew up with, grew up loving, and they hear it too, and same energy.
Yeah.
It's just like all around you. It's like it's beautiful. It's a beautiful energy. So that's awesome. What is one of your highlights of working with this band? What's something that is like still like just something that really stands out that was exciting for you about this band?
I think it's just the live shows, the main really. Like, I mean, back in the day, we used to play all the time. We'd play Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday we'd be doing an all ages gig in a record store or something. I mean, that they're on now. We haven't got the time to do that, but I did used to really love doing that. And I suppose notable live shows. One was with Dropkick Murphys.
Oh, that awesome.
Good bunch of guys. Whenever they've come here, they always make sure they put on, local Lloyd band for them, which most other bands don't do. So so that's a great thing. I think it was at Billboards. We did a show with them, and just the crowd reacted. People that hadn't heard us before, they all got up and got into it, and that was a good feeling. And more recently, the tour that we just did, I think all were good in their own way. But the 2 nights at Pogo Rausch Festival in Dresden, like that's a real standout for me too. People going absolutely crazy and crowd surfing, stage diving, and having beer all over the place, that sort of stuff. And we played the Friday and the Saturday night there. So that was a great time. One of the best shows I've played ever, I reckon.
It seems like you do this mainly to for the audience is what I'm getting. You do
Yeah,
this music because you love the energy you feel from the people you're playing for. So that,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's a
That's
good.
probably the main reason. And I like recording and all that sort of stuff too. But yeah, the live shows are those are a real highlight. And yeah, marching orders will carry on doing a few, but there won't be nearly as many as there was just due to time, I suppose.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I yeah, I'm glad to actually be a part of talking to you about this because this seems like I mean it seems like you are working on new stuff, but we do get older, you know, when we do
Yeah,
move on. Yeah, I mean we might not want to probably do it forever in our heart, but it's just our body takes a toll on us, and life
it
takes a toll
does.
on us, And so you said you have people all over. Did they all live in Australia? All your
Yeah, all the
bandmates?
band live in Australia. We're all, yeah, but got Brod, lives down on the coast in a seaside town now, and
Yeah.
he's got a couple of kids, busy job. And I'm an hour or two out of the city as well now. So yeah,
Okay.
we can get together, but it's find that perfect date into everyone's schedule, I suppose. So yeah, but I've got other bands that probably will play more. So yeah,
That's good.
called Firepower that we play regularly and rehearse pretty regularly. So
That's another
that's more of a
project of
band.
yours.
Yeah, yeah,
And what are they called again?
yeah. So, Firepower.
Firepower.
So
Okay.
REPOWER.
Yeah. Cool.
Firepower. Yeah, and yeah, it's more of a rock and roll band, more by sort of 80 Rose Tattoo, Motorhead, that sort of stuff.
Okay. Wonderful.
And there's a little bit of Oi here and there in it, but yeah, it's mostly a rock and roll band. It's only been going a year or two. Yeah, we're playing pretty regularly, and we've got an album coming out
Oh,
in
wonderful.
December, hopefully.
Cool. Look forward to hearing it. That's awesome. And so
Cheers.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. And so I what okay, now I'm running out of thought because I'm just so stoked.
Nice.
Yeah, so well, at least I got out of the doctor. I was all panicky for a little bit at the doctor, so but anyway, so feel good now though. And
No, that's good.
yeah, definitely. So the Exploder show was an amazing show, huh?
I've heard it was really good. I couldn't go, unfortunately.
Oh, you could
I've got
go.
no,
Oh,
I've got a daughter that she lives with me most of the time. So yeah, she's only 6, so I
oh,
do most nights. So I'm a bit. I used to go to every single show. In my younger days, I'd be out every weekend and during the week. But yeah, these days it's a bit harder. So I can go out to the occasional show, but not to everything. Unfortunately, I've seen them a couple of
are
times
they
before
are
anyway.
they
So
from out
yeah.
there?
Sorry that
Is the Exploded from out there?
no, from England.
Oh, they're from England. I thought they were from England. Okay. Yeah, because the way you
They're
said it, it
touring.
sounded like they play there a lot.
Oh, yeah, they've toured. They've toured here a couple of times. Every couple of years, they come back over.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, apparently the show was really, really good. Anyway, like even though Waddy's a lot older,
yeah.
they absolutely nailed it. Apparently,
So how
they
long
were
do you
really.
think until Firepower is going to be out?
The record will be released in at the end of December, I'm told. So we'll just wait and see if that happens.
You guys have Facebook pages, all that for it and stuff.
Got Facebook and Instagram pages, and
Okay.
Firepower Rock and Roll, I think it's called. So,
Okay. Cool. Get
but
that
yeah,
liked.
and we'd hope to be able to play over the next year or two, but it just depends on the reception of the album, I suppose, and
Yeah. Yeah.
see if people like it or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a bit
Definitely.
different.
It's awesome.
So,
I'm happy
yeah.
for you. So okay, now I'm not freaking all
Thanks.
confounded. So, you are you from originally from out there? You lived in
Um,
basically your whole life
from
out there, or where are you from?
um, from England originally,
Oh, from England.
Northampton, England. Yeah, but we immigrated to Australia uh,
Okay.
pretty young, and yeah, I've lived here ever since. But I try to get back a couple of years. Just it's expensive to do, but yeah,
Yeah.
I like there. I think, and when I was 19, I moved to London for a couple of years just for the scene that was happening there. So yeah, that was pretty good. That was a long time ago now. Yeah, I like living out in Australia here, but yeah, just sometimes you go to Europe and you see how great the festivals are and that sort of thing, and you don't
Yeah.
really get that here. So it's a smaller scene. Still good here though. Yeah.
Okay. So you got some you gonna be touring with your new band, or just gonna pretty much try to see how it works out where you're
That's
at?
yeah. Well, we have the album to come out, and then hopefully 2024, 25 we'll tour.
Okay.
And yeah, try and get the name a little bit. So I think you sort of have to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's no good just sort of putting it on social media these days. You know, nobody sees it. You've got to go and
Yeah.
play shows, etc. And that's the fun part anyway. You know.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah,
yeah, I mean, putting it together is the part that's kind of tedious and it gives you a headache, putting it together for an album, being studio time. It's just a headache.
yeah,
But when you do it live, that's where the energy and the love you feel and that yeah, I know what you're
absolutely.
saying. So definitely seeing how the crowd responds.
Yeah,
That's the best joy I know too. I've when playing on the stage. It just I love seeing how the energy of the crowd, and it feeds you. It's like a drug.
definitely does.
It's a
Yeah,
drug in itself. Really it is.
yeah, yeah. The crowd goes off and gets into it. You definitely do too. So it's that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah,
And I guess that's why people play music for a lifetime. They just keep going and going. It's just something you love, and once it's sort of with you, it doesn't leave. So yeah, it's a good thing.
so who would you like to come say thank you to, for getting you where where marching orders is right now? I mean, you guys are well
Um,
respected, and so who would you like to thank for that?
um, I think, I mean, well, for one, partly us doing the hard yards, playing a lot of shows, and doing as many releases as we can, but also I think Mike from Long Shot Music that really sort of put us on the map. And originally, he was the first one that sort of stepped up and said, "I like what you guys want to release your stuff on vinyl,"
Yeah.
and that was at about 2004 or 2005, something like that. And we've pretty much been in records with him ever since. We've also worked with Contra Records as well,
Okay.
so they certainly helped put us on the map in Europe. They got us to play the Endless Summer Festival about 10 years ago. So I think with labels like that that are dedicated to Oi, and that's an important thing. It really sort of puts bands out there. Otherwise you'd be trying to do it all yourself, and there's just billions and millions of people putting out music in SoundCloud and YouTube, etc. these days. So especially from Australia, can be quite hard to get heard.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
Okay. I noticed your baby in the background right there. The
Oh
guitar.
yeah. I just
She's
before.
gorgeous.
Yeah. I've just had it fixed. It kept breaking strings all the time. So
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
hopefully it's good now. Anyway, yeah, it's a Epiphone Firebird. I've had it about a year or two. It's a great guitar. Like I love playing it.
Now,
Definitely.
Now, something I think I've seen. Were you also drummer?
I did very, very briefly play when marching orders first started. We didn't know who was going to do what, so For the first 2 rehearsals or something, there was no drummer, so I just got a kid and started playing.
Yeah, because I googled it and it's coming up that it said that you're the drummer still.
Okay, I never actually played on a recording, but yeah, there's a
That's
couple
crazy.
of photographs floating around. Yeah, but no, I jumped over to vocals pretty quickly.
That's awesome.
And
great voice, by the way.
yeah,
I love your voice. Great, perfect for the sound.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's just wonderful. I enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely influenced by Colin and Mickey from Coxbar and the Business, and also Doc Mason from the Australian band. So that's probably the biggest influences for marching, those 3.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
What was one of the most? What was a time during your the 21 years that was the hardest part for the band?
I think probably when we've had a couple of members that sort of, 1 minute they're really into the band and they're really focused on doing it, and the next minute they're not so interested. And we had one member that used to show up to practice and then up and go, "Oh, where are you? You're supposed to be at practice now." And you go, "Oh, I'm out somewhere, blah, 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 blah." And then, and we'd hear like The Simpsons on the TV in the background, and they go, "In your lounge room, aren't you?" Just guys like that, and they don't officially leave, but they drag the band down, and we've sort of, we've experienced that. And I suppose other patches where, everybody just sort of lost interest a little bit because we played so often for so long. We were on a break, and I was really keen to keep the band going, and we kept getting offers to play festival, and we had to keep turning them all down. That was a difficult time, but it's actually worked out to be a pretty good thing, I suppose. Now we've got a whole, 2 new members, and we're looking at a new record and playing again. So it's all worked out for the best in the end.
God, I can't wait to hear. Hopefully that all works out for you for the new album. It's just and the new members. So I'm happy for you, and I'm happy for that you're dedicated to what you believe in, and it doesn't seem like you're backing down anytime soon.
Nah.
No, you're like, no.
Keep going.
You got a lot of material you've been working on.
I've got about 5 new songs.
5 new songs.
And then Brod's got 2 or 3 new songs as well. So it shouldn't take too long to put together enough for an album. As I say, it's a question of when we can practice and when we can, get everybody together, which, takes time.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, anything else you'd like to add to this?
Well, look, thanks heaps for reaching out and have a chat. It's been great. We appreciate that. Other than that, I suppose I'll just say that, marching orders is definitely happening, even though, there's been a bit of a break there. We're still, we're back on track now, and we'll be playing in Australia again next year, and hopefully overseas again at some stage, but who can say when. And also, a plug to my my own band, the album Death Comes Quick, for people that like a bit of rock and roll. You like a bit of Rose Tattoo and ACD and stuff, you'll like this.
Cool.
And that's coming out in December. So and that's about it. But thanks very much.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, how can people find your music? What are you on?
Spotify.
Spotify?
I mean, the best way is to buy vinyl or CD, which would be Long Shot Music in America.
Okay.
Records, Quartex and Contra in Europe, and my own personal label, Grudge Match Records in Australia. We're boy from around the world here. It's those are the places to go. Or if you listen to vinyl, etc., then buy in the various other platforms. Most of the music's up there now.
Yeah, I found some of it on iTunes as well.
Yeah, yeah,
So right
yeah.
on.
It should all be on there.
Well, it's definitely been a pleasure meeting you, Al. I thank you for your time. I really do. And I appreciate your patience. And sorry about
No worries at
the
all.
day problem here, being a day
It's
apart.
okay. Got it done in the end.
All right, on man. But you stay wonderful.
No
And when you
worries.
get that new album and you want to promote Firepower, we'll do another one. And so you can promote it, okay?
Absolutely.
All right.
No worries at all. Thanks very
Stay in
much.
contact. I'm just a click away, buddy. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay. I'll see you later.
You take care,
Bye
bud.
bye.
Bye bye. Cheers.
You too.
Yeah, yeah.